Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Zach here. Today we're going to be discussing two topics, two business models, and just overviewing the pros and cons, which one is better, which one is the best for you starting out. You're a little bit ahead in your journey, which one should you still pursue? We're going to be breaking everything down, the numbers, and everything. So let's just get started, right? So let's start with a social media marketing agency, right? So what even is a social media marketing agency, right? A social media marketing agency it's an agency where you as the entrepreneur are providing marketing services to either local businesses, e-commerce brands, or just any service type business, and just providing marketing services, whether that be Facebook ads, Google ads, any type of advertisement, right? So where they're actually making more money, more revenue, more profits, stuff like that, right? What is a virtual wholesaling business, right? A virtual wholesaling business is a business to where you as the entrepreneur are going out, finding motivated sellers, people who want to sell their home that are motivated, and they're either in a distressed situation to where they need money fast, cash fast, or the house is just in a bad situation, a bad spot, needs renovations to the point where you can get the property at a discount, right? Either one of those two scenarios. All in all, the goal for that is you're getting the property at a discount. Once you get that property at a discount, you're then flipping that property to a person who's going to buy it, whether that's an investor, a fix and flipper, somebody who's going to hold it, put it as a rental, stuff like that. But all in all, you're not buying the property. You're just assigning the rights to that property to the fix and flipper, the investor, and your job is to get the price down as low as you can and actually find these motivated sellers to where you can make money, charge an assignment fee, whether that be 10, 15, $20,000 to the investor who is going to fix that property up or do whatever they want with it and make their money, right? Now, let's start off with some of the pros for a social media marketing agency. Now, I ran my social media marketing agency from 2021 to about end of 2021, beginning of 2022. Some of the pros are it's a recurring revenue model, right? So once you get a client, that client is going to pay you on a recurring basis monthly, whether that be $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. It's going to come recurring on a monthly basis, right? So that's one pro. Another pro is you can have different lucrative structures within the business model, right? So for example, a rev share model, right? So like we said earlier, as a social media marketing agency, your job is to generate more business, more marketing, more revenue to business owners, whether that be service-based or local businesses, right? Whatever. Your job is to bring them more business. Now, once you are successful in doing that, you can charge a percentage of the business that you bring them, a percentage of the revenue you bring them. You can put a percentage of that in your pocket along with a retainer you're charging them for running their marketing, right? So there is another lucrative avenue you can take with that business model. Another pro would be it's a low startup cost, right? So you can literally start with under $100 because it's just getting clients for that type of agency, for that type of business it's so easy. You can just call people, call these local service-based businesses. Hey, pitch them. I'm not going to break down how to do that, but it's pretty simple. You just call them. Hey, do you guys need marketing services? I provide this. I do Google, I do Facebook, whatever you do. Or you can just do it through social media, right? In the DMs. Hey, I'll reach them. Hey, do a cold script. Hey, this is what I do. This is the marketing I provide. This is how much business I can generate you. Stuff like that, right? So the marketing for that business model is really, really low, right? You don't need tons of ad spend. You don't need to go to Facebook, spend $1,000 a day, run a campaign. You don't need to do any of that, right? With a couple of these business models like drop shipping or whatever. So yeah, low startup cost. Another pro would be it's a higher lifetime value per client, right? So like we discussed earlier, that monthly retainer you're getting per client with the social media marketing agency. Say you have one client, you're charging $2,000 a month. That client stays with you for about 5 months. That lifetime value for that one client is $10,000, right? And now there's a caveat to this. In order for that scenario to happen, your service has to be impeccable. Your marketing services has to be so good that they're willing to stay with you for that time period, right? So where you can actually get that maximum lifetime value of that client, right? Another pro would be it's completely online, completely virtual, right? You don't have to leave your home. You can stay in your studio, your chair, or whatever, and bring the cash in. I feel like that's another reason why a lot of people get into it. And yeah, so let's get to a couple of the cons, right? With the social media marketing agency, it's a high churn rate, right? Now, what do I mean by this? You're gonna have a lot of people dropping off your service throughout the month, right? Meaning you have to spend a lot of time and a lot of effort marketing, bringing people in, because they're going to have a lot of people dropping off each month. Now, how do you combat this? If your service is that good to where you don't have a high churn rate, then you don't have to focus a lot of effort on marketing. But for most social media marketing agency owners, this is the biggest problem they face. Every time they get a client, they have to focus on getting the next one, because eventually that client, let them stay 1 month, 2 months, they're gonna fall off if your service is not that good. So that's another thing to look out for. And another con would be the retainer for each client averages out to about $1,000 to $3,000 per month. Some people look at this as a con. Some people look at it as a pro, depending who you are, how much money you want to make, how much money you want to make per client, and things like that, right? So now let's break down the other spectrum, which is virtual wholesaling, right? Some of the pros for virtual wholesaling is low startup costs, right? It doesn't take that much to start. Same with the social media marketing agency. You're just doing low budget marketing. Hey, do you want to sell your house? No. Hey, do you want to sell your house? No. 80. The marketing, it's so simple, it's so basic. Anybody can do it, right? You just need a phone, a list of people who want to sell their home, and just go to work, right? That's a pro. Another pro would be the average deal you're going to get with a virtual wholesaling company is $10,000 to $20,000 per deal, right? So meaning every person who says, hey, I'm interested in selling my home to you at a discount, whatever situation they may be in, that person is going to make that home seller, the person who's interested in selling their home, is going to make you on average $10,000 to $20,000, right? That is a pro, because once you make that money, it's over, right? You don't have to make sure your service delivery is up to par. You don't have to worry about customer service. You don't have to worry about anything, right? Once you sell that home to the investor, you're good. You don't have to worry about anything else, right? As to where social media marketing agency, you have to make sure your clients are getting the best results and things like that. So to where this business model, you don't have to worry about that. You just have to worry about making the deal, getting the home under contract, selling it to an investor, taking your profit, taking your assignment fee, right? Another pro would be you can scale predictably, right? With this business model, you don't have to necessarily have a lot of team members. You can be a one-man show. As to where the other social media marketing agents, you have to have, when you're scaling, you need people to actually do these roles for you, run these ads for your clients on your behalf, have to pay these people to essentially do that for you. With this model, you don't have to do any of that, right? You can scale to about $100,000 a month, you by yourself, right? And the key to that is it's in your marketing. I'm not going to get into all that yet, but that's another pro. And yeah, let's get into some of the cons for the virtual wholesaling business. This is not a recurring revenue model for the virtual wholesaling business. It's one payment per deal. If there was a way we can make more money per client on a recurring basis with this business model, somebody let me know, because that would be amazing. And it takes longer to close the deal, right? So once you get a property under contract, on average, it takes about a week, 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks to close that deal. As to where the social media marketing agency, once you get somebody to say they're interested, it only takes a matter of a phone call to get the payment closed, get them on a retainer, and start your service delivery, right? That's something to look out for. And yeah, just basically a rundown of these two business models. Now it's up to you to choose which one you would be interested in, depending on you as a person. If you have the capabilities to provide that service delivery to these business owners without them getting burnt and you actually making a profit, that would be a great path for you. On the flip side, if you're not that skilled and you just want one-time payments without worrying about anything, worrying about service delivery, worrying about, hey, is my customer happy? Did I do good on this deal? You don't have to worry about any of that. You just have to make the deal, flip it to the investor, and collect your assignment fee, right? It's basically a hustle business, right? That's why I love it. Um, I would recommend anybody who's starting out, who isn't that skilled, who doesn't have those a high income skill like like social media marketing, who isn't that proficient in it. This is an amazing business model for you to get started in. And yeah, basically a quick overview of the two.